It's so funny. That's such a funny point. It's so funny. Yeah, no qualms. And we're all wearing, even when we go in public eventually, we're all wearing masks. So
Yeah.
again, bring on the garlic. All right, well, let's get started.
Yep.
I guess if your other friend comes, she'll come soon. Today's Thursday. Yes, happy Thursday. Welcome to core, abs, all that good stuff. Let's get started. Again, as usual, I'll do things without props, but if you have props and want to use props, I'll try and pepper in when that is applicable and useful. Grab my trusty weights. All right. I guess I will have to adjust the camera for the standing portion. All right, let's take a nice bend. Bring our arms up, just wake up our bodies a little bit. And then bend again. Take a nice inhale as we bend up and stretch. Exhale as we come down. Let's do 2 more. Take it on down. Let's just get some mobility in all of our bodies. So we're going to start with some just gentle dynamic warm-ups. So let's swing the arms. Why don't we do a step touch as well so that we can get our blood flowing a little more. And let's take it now to a dynamic twist in the spine gently. This is where I feel like I'm starting dance cardio, except that's not this class. That's what this feels like. Let's do a few more. Let's take those arms up. Same thing with the step touching. And we're giving a little bit of a lateral bend in our spine. Let's come on down, come to a still position. Take the arms out nice and long to your side, keeping my hips facing forward. Gently, I'm gonna twist over to one side. Come on back. Twist the other way. Come on back. Let's do that a couple more times. And let's take some high knee walks. So we're starting to, again, feel a little heat in the body, as well as keep our core engaged, because that's helping us to stay steady, not topple over. Reminders that as you lift your knee to keep your hips square. Don't let one hike up, which is what I'm showing the wrong thing. Don't let one sink. Now I'm showing the other wrong thing. Keep your hips nice and square. Let's just add a little bit more to it so that we can get a little bit of almost cardio before we do all this ab stuff. And bring in a little bit of that as well. So again, high knees, nicely controlled. Taking the arms up and down. And hopefully you feel your heart beating a little faster now. Let's do 2 more on each side. And we're gonna come to the side with a little twist. Taking the leg up. So again, we're doing some standing stuff just to get our core a little awake because we're using it for balance. And we have another. So now we have, everyone I think. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's lift to the other side with a twist. Again, keeping that core nice and tight to hold your balance. I wish that I could like impart the smell of eggplant over Zoom for all of you because it smells so good. It was probably most of the garlic though. Let's do 2 more. Go another bend. Clasp the hands above. Stretch, open up that chest a little bit. Take them out. Take the hands behind you. Lift and stretch. All right, we are going to come down towards the mat, so I'm going to do a camera adjustment, so you may not see me for a quick second, but do what we can. So I'm standing up straight. I'm going to roll down one vertebrae at a time until I find myself in a forward bend, forward fold. So find yourself here, and we're going to walk our hands out to a plank. And now we're going to walk ourselves back to that forward fold. Try and keep the arms and legs as straight as you can and to eliminate wobbling. And just stay straight in that one plane of motion using your core to control. Let's do that again. And then we're going to get exciting in a little bit and we'll end up walking the feet. So we'll be doing inchworms on both sides. And then take it back in. And then come to your feet and balance. Let's do that a couple more times. Walk on out. Find yourself in that nice plank. Come back up. And come back down again. And bring yourself back. So now we're going to switch this. So we're going to step to the front of our mat, or towards the front of our mat. And instead of walking our hands, we're going to walk our feet. So you may have to take a minute before your hands can reach the floor, depending on your hamstring flexibility. But then you're going to walk yourself out to your plank. Take those hips up, legs as straight as you can. If you need to bend them a little, you can. But bring those legs back in. Make sure you've got your weight on both before you let those hands go. Bring them back down again. Let's do another fun walk out with our feet. Do, 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 do. Find yourself magically in your plank. Come back up. And let's do a few more of those. Eventually, we will stay in this plank and do some things down here, but let's just do a couple more. Feels a little bit like we're walking and moving, which is nice. Though I'm curious to know if Fitbits would count this as a step or if they can't pick up on it. I should have checked my counts before and after this class so that I could figure that out, but that's all cool. Let's do a few more. And let's make this our last one, but we're only going to do half because we're going to stay in our plank. So come on down to your plank. And here we are. Super. Let's take one leg out to the side of our hand for a little moment of stretch. Let's take the arm up for a little bit of a twist. While we're here, we may as well stretch it out a bit. Take it down and send that leg back. Other side, take the leg up by the outside of your other hand. Feel that stretch. Okay, this was good. It's amazing when you awaken the body when you've just been sitting. Once you add movement, it's like very, very refreshing on the body. Let's take our arm up and twist, a little stretch. And take it down. We're going to lower our knees and take ourselves to a tabletop. Hands aligned, wrists aligned under shoulders, knees under our glutes. And let's just do a little bit of cat and cow to awaken our abs a bit more actively. Feel free to go at your own speed. I'm in a fast mood today, but if you want to take it slowly and kind of like melt in and out, totally be my guest. You do you. And let's come to our neutral, where our back is flat and our ribs are tucked in. So if you notice when we do the next exercise, if you find yourself sinking into your ribs, tuck those in. If you find yourself arching, kind of the opposite. Not arching, rounding, the opposite. So we're going to take opposite arm and leg out. and then unite them underneath our body to touch our elbow and our knee. And each time you stretch out, think long. Let's take this next one to be our last one. Hold it out. Gently lower it with control. Let's take the other side. So opposite leg out, opposite arm out. Again, check to make sure that you're in a flat back position, and take your elbow and your knee and touch them under your body. If these were both elbows, this is like the handshake of the future. This is like the COVID handshake. Keep on going, make sure your head's in line. I have a tendency to droop. No, we might all make sure that your head is in line with your spine in a neutral way. Let's do 4 more. And 1. Hold it out nice and long, lengthen that body, and lower. Let's take a quick child's pose. And now let's come on up. And we're gonna come down onto our backs. So if you wanna take it as a nice slow controlled moment, you can. If you just wanna meet me down there for the exercises, that's cool too. But either way, find yourself on your back. Super. All right. So we're gonna do the combined kind of like glutes abs thing that is like the monster walks. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lift our hips into our bridge, and then we're gonna lift our leg up while keeping from our hip while keeping the knee bent, and then lower it down. So the control to really rise this up does engage our abs, while we're also keeping the glutes going to hold us from falling back down. So it kind of does both. And try and keep your hips square. The tendency might be to drop the one that's in the air, but try and keep it level with the supporting hip. To keep yourself lifted, remember to like press into the supporting heel. That kind of keeps you thinking, lifting up. And make sure you're still breathing. We got to do that too. Let's do a few more. We're going to do 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, last one. Take your hips up and slowly lower down vertebrae by vertebrae and relax. Take those knees and hug them towards your chest for a moment. Woo, all right. Awesome. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to do some roll-ups. So we're going to basically come to seated and then lower down with control. If that feels like too much, you can go partial range of motion. So roll up and come down and go as far as you're comfortable. So here we go. Roll up with control, sit nice and tall, and then gently lower back down. And again, like I said, you can always go here as the upward extent of your sit up, roll up, if that feels like it's the right level of challenge for you. So don't overdo it, but also don't go too easy on yourself. You know yourself best if you're actually working out or if you're just like going through the motions. This is certainly a moment that if you are really strong and you want to add to it, you could add a little weight, holding it by your chest. Then you won't have the arms to help you, but it'll add a bit of extra resistance. And it makes it harder for both reasons. No arms and it's extra weight. Let's do a few more. And let's do one last one. And take a little bit of a rest. Woo! Shake it out. All right. The next thing we're gonna do is from tabletop. This is one of those ones where like if you'd like to use a prop, you can. So I'm gonna use a yoga block. I don't know why it's still in the plastic. I just never took it off. So it's still shrink wrapped and I've had this for like multiple years, but it's still the same thing. So if you have this and you want to use a yoga block, feel free. You don't need one, but if you want to put it between your knees, you certainly can. So we're going to be in tabletop, and then we're just going to have our hands out in a T, and then drop towards one side, and then raise, drop towards the other side, and then lift, and that's all. I shouldn't say that's all. It's work, but that is the movement. Keep breathing, keep working hard. We're gonna do a few more of these. So keep on challenging yourself. And remember, don't let those legs touch the floor because the goal is to bring them close and then use your strength to get them back up again. Let's do one more on each side. And come back to the center and come on down. Awesome. Next order of business, we are going to take ourselves into our penguins, which are the waddling sit-ups. So there's a couple ways you can do them. You can keep your legs on the ground, lift your head and your chest, and then wobble this way, or waddle, sorry, not wobble. You can take it to tabletop, waddle and tabletop, or if you're feeling fancy and you're feeling like you got a lot of core in you today you want to work on, you can take the waddling to your legs up. So pick any iteration of this, and again, we're sort of moving from side to side, like an imaginary penguin sort of thing. Really good challenge because it really engages here. And it's fun because it's a penguin. And again, any leg position is great. If you want to be here, you want to take it to your tabletop, that's cool too, or if you want to have the feet down. Let's do just a couple more. And let's take a rest. Woo! Good work. Take a quick breather. Let's do a few bicycle sit-ups. Crunches, and then we're gonna move on to our stomachs for a little bit of work on our back before we wrap up. So let's take it to a bicycle. Again, oops, that's my couch. Again, here. Focus on making sure that you twist with that torso and that you're conscious of your lower back and that you're protecting it. And if you feel it arching a lot, take that leg up higher because it's easier to support good form that way. And you don't want to put strain on your lower back. Awesome, keep going. Woohoo! magic adrenaline that's hopefully pumping through, or serotonin or whatever the neurotransmitter is that we get when we're exercising. Keep going. Nice work. Let's do just a few more. Keep it on going. 2 more. And last one. Come on down, hug those knees into your chest. Give yourself a moment to breathe. We're gonna roll over to our stomachs now, and it's gonna feel very good when we do a stretch, where we do some flexion in the back, because it's gonna give these abdominals a lovely stretch, because we just worked them so they feel tight. So come onto your stomach and get ready. Okay, so putting my hands under my shoulders, and I'm gently lifting to engage my back. And you should feel a little bit of a stretch in your muscles. You don't want to like yank up and constrain your vertebrae. So you want to think about just lifting and not like pushing yourself. Shoulders down and back. And lower. Let's take one more with our hands. Come on up. And lower. Let's take the arms out in front of us. We're gonna lift and lower opposing limbs. So we're gonna lift one arm, one leg, and lower. Lift the other, so thinking nice and long, pressing our hip bones into the ground, using our core and back to get us up rather than our hands. Even though it's on the ground, it's just kind of there. It's not your pushing point. You're kind of lifting from yourself. Keep breathing, keep going. Let's do one more each side. And take a quick rest. We're gonna take both arms and legs up now into our Superman. So if that feels like too much, keep alternating. But if you want to join me, we're gonna lift both together. And if you wanna add a little more challenge, you can turn it into a fun rock, because then there's a bit of movement and you have to really control. Or you can just hang out here in your Superman. Let's add a little movement here because it's fun. Just take the arms out of it and the legs out a little bit. And let's take our swim while we're up here. Keep pushing, last 4, last 3, last 2, and last 1. Cool. Take our hands under our shoulders, gently push yourself back into a rounded resting child's pose. This is where the glasses come off. Feel that back round, really press into those heels with your glutes. Whew. While we're here, let's take our arms, clasp them behind us, shoulders down and back, and just stretch a little bit. And let's come up to seated. Either it's really hot in here or this was a little more, I think this was a little more intense than normal in terms of pace / it was more hot in here with the baking of the eggplant. Woo, we feel it. All right, sit up nice and tall, shoulders down and back. Take the arms up. And come on down to slide out and stretch. Give our glutes a little bit of love because we did those monster walks. Come on up. Switch whichever leg of yours is front because you'll feel the stretch more on one side. So you want to make sure you get both in. Take the arms up. And again, come on forward and stretch out. Okay. Let's do one more thing and then we'll do one more stretch. I realize I never do like a reverse plank tabletop, and we should really do that sometimes. So let's do one right now. So push up, relax that head back, push up into those heels. You may feel some stretching in your shoulders and your arms, depending on how tight your muscles are. And lower. Let's do one more. And lower. And then let's come back to the position that we were just in. Sit nice and tall. Take one arm out as you stretch to the side laterally. Maybe take it up. Let's do the other side. And take it up. Let's take our arms out. Let's twist towards one side. 3 little pulses, now a little warmer. Come back to the center. Other side, twist. 3, 2, and 1. And let's put our hands on our knees. Gently round that back. Sit up nice and tall. Round one more time. Sit up nice and tall. Take the arms up, feel really long and just stretch one arm and then the other. And send them down to your sides. Awesome. Awesome, awesome job. Thank you all for coming. I love the consistency, it's awesome. And yeah, I guess have a good weekend. It feels like, how is it already Thursday? Like, I don't get it. But I guess the week went by very fast.
Thank you.
Have a great day, you guys.